Oh, we're live. Cool. All right. I think everything just needs to finish setting up. Let me go to the Gaia page. And let me ping the Discord. Hello everyone. Marley is back home, so it will be
Still here.
Yep, still there.
It may take a while for it to sync
To cache,
the
yeah.
new one.
It's just like that. Keep up with Buell. Is this YouTube? Oh, yeah. Videos. No, which one do I want? I guess it still needs to sync a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. It's loaded. Yay, hi Jenny. Cool. Always forget. Like, I always start typing a message and then I'm like, oh, gotta do something else. And then the message just sits there. Going.
Oh, yep. I'm here.
Cool. How was your weekend? You decided to not go to Fanime, which is all fun and good, but did you end up doing anything?
Lots of chores.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take care of my brother's fish tank.
Oh, interesting. What kind of fish does he have?
Saltwater fish.
Ah.
It is very time consuming to take care of it. And I'm also not good at it.
Is it just like cleaning tank and feeding them every other within like a certain schedule?
Yes, but also it's very hard to take care of a saltwater fish tank, so I kind of ended up killing a lot of things, and then he got mad at me, and then he's like trying to help me fix it because they're dying.
I'm sorry, how many fish did you end up killing?
Well, I guess the fish is not the problem, it's the corals.
Oh. Still, yeah. It's a mix of things, I'm sure.
Yeah. But we have a Nemo and a black Nemo. I swear this is not racist. It is a black colored Nemo fish. That's why we call him Black Nemo.
I'm sure that's what you would have named it if you were like 5 years old too. It's like, oh, this looks like Nemo. This is what I should name it. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Fanime was fun. I ended up going Saturday, Sunday, and then just a little bit on Monday. Which was good. I wanted to go on Thursday and pick up Badge, but then by the time I got downtown, Badge pickup was over, but I still was able to eat with the artists. And we like got poke and we just like hung out and talked. And then Friday, what did I end up doing Friday? I think I was going to go and pick up Badges again, then I forgot and I didn't even end up making it to the artist dinner, which is fine because it was still fun. And I ended up doing other things. I think I just like went home and like went to bed early and played Splatoon because I knew Saturday was going to be a super long day for me. And Saturday, well, I guess I wasn't even there all of Saturday. So we ended up just going around Artist Alley for a really long time. But then the friends I went with, we all had to go to a grad party afterwards. And we were at that grad party for like 4 something hours. And it was really funny because I think they specifically chose a venue for their grad party where it was like a restaurant where they could also watch the Warriors game. That was like the one rule. Like, and so for like the 2 hours that the game was going on, it's just like announcements would only happen during commercial breaks. And then they're like, okay, back to the game. And literally everyone's like chairs and heads were turned and like all the aunties and uncles were just like looking at the TV. And then finally when like the game was over, then they did like all the graduation typical things, like his dad made like a slideshow for him, and then like everyone made speeches and stuff like that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Everybody's still rolling in.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. Is there supposed to be some kind of guest in the background? Oh, the other person with me is our PD Nim. So she's like our producer specifically for Popcast. She's actually here during all the Popcasts. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do a podcast without her. So, yep, that's you. I'm talking about you.
Oh. That is mystery guest.
Yeah. Arlie cannot be with us today. Unfortunately, her flight was like, I think it was like a 2:30 or 3:30 p.m. flight, and we didn't want her to then like get out, like finish her flight, rush all the way home, find a computer, find somewhere to set up. So she'll join us again on Thursday, and she could talk about her own Fanime experience because we ended up only seeing each other just like a couple times in passing and during panel. Oh, that's right, panel was Sunday. That was fun. I was a last minute addition to the panel, and we all squished up in there. I wish I ended up getting more pictures, but
live stream from the airport. It would be so noisy.
Yeah, it would be so noisy. We actually had a meeting earlier today, and we called her in, and she was just like at the very beginning, she's like, I'm just gonna be muted this entire time unless like I really, really need to say something. And then the few times she did unmute, you hear all like the clamor and chatter in the background of the airport, and then eventually she's just like, okay, got a jet, because like her flight was like about to board and everything. So probably no live streaming from the airport, as it might not be ideal locations. Okay. What else was this weekend? And then we ended up going again on Monday because I was like, I bought a lot of stuff on Saturday and Sunday, but I was like, on Monday I wanted to buy even more things, but all the things that I like wasn't able to buy, Monday was supposed to be the day. I wanted to buy a windbreaker, but they ended up not having it in my size, and now I'm just like, oh, I wish I bought it, like 3 days ago. But probably for the better, because I ended up just spending a lot of money. I did want to buy all the things. There was a lot of good stuff. A lot of artists that I follow on like Twitter and Instagram and things like that, they were all at Artist Alley. And there was even one that I didn't even realize was going to be at Fanime until Fanime was totally over. And I was like, I missed it. Like, I don't know how I missed the booth. I guess it just got crowded, and I probably skipped a few booths here and there, even though we walked around like 3, maybe 4 times. It was still fun, though.
Who was?
Her name, she goes by like Ichigo. She's like a pixel artist, but she also does a lot of like, I guess more like traditional art, but I really like her pixeling style. Crazy, right? Me liking a pixeling style at Gaia.com, GaiaOnline.com. But other than that, I ended up buying like a sweater and some other things.
Did you want to show any of your...
We could go in order from like 1 to 4, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, here, we're just going to switch over. And I think the screen's about to change. So I'm just going to share some photos I took from Fanime. So we did end up having our cute little geo filter. If you were on Snapchat and if you were there and able to use it, it was available both in the courtyard of Fanime and a little bit on the inside of the lobby and Fairmont itself. So if you went to the panel, you had the option of using the filter if you wanted. So there's a picture. The first picture is just outside of the convention center. That's like where that's like the main entrance where everyone comes in and everyone meets up for like cosplay and photos and things like that. And then the middle photo was just something I wanted to share because I found Kermit and he's everywhere. And then the other photo, the last one, is of me and Buell right before our panel. So it was exciting. And I was like, oh wow, the filter's up. Like we can use this. Okay, we can go to the next one. And then Fanime this year, the theme was games, and they had like their big game room. I mean, they always have their arcade room. I think the things that it was like missing this year was like a Purikura booth, and they were missing something else. There was a game that I was like really looking. Oh, they didn't have claw machines this year. Usually the room is like filled with different kinds of like of those claw machines where or the ones where it's like you have to like just poke the box off and you just like hope that it like perfectly pokes. They didn't have any of those this year, but they had a bunch of like board games. There was a bunch of there was like mini tournaments for Smash, Dragon Ball Z, and things like that. there was, I guess, there was a bunch of arcade games. There was DDR, various shooting games, driving games, rhythm games. And then you were able to like rent out controllers. So if you wanted to play anything that they had a lot available in terms of video games. But I think I primarily stuck around for like Smash and this other one that I think it's called like Gang Wars. We got really into that. And then the middle photo is boba. I swear we kept drinking. It was so hot on the last 2 days of Fanime. The first few days were just like, they were pretty cool. Because remember, I think it was Thursday or Friday, it was like raining.
Yeah, it was raining.
It was super gloomsville in San Jose until all of a sudden the weather turned and it got really hot. And yesterday it was like almost like 100 degrees where we were, and it was just like overwhelming. So we constantly left Fanime and got like boba or coffee until I realized that there was boba being sold in Fanime, and it was like the last day. But it's okay because it was good to just like get out and not walk around the con and hopefully be around less people. And then I bought this little chopper keychain.
So cute.
He's so small, but he's so big at the same time. I put him on like one of my little backpacks.
So cute.
And then let's see. And then I ended up buying the sheep from Thousand Skies. And then the middle pic is a small pic of the haul, of like my little haul. I ended up getting like a Terriermon plush. I got a hat. I got a sweater. I got a bunch of stickers. I got a bunch of pins. I really like collecting pins. I only bought one print. You know, I really like prints and I really like all the works that artists do, but I'm definitely not the type of person to like hang things up in my room. Well, one, the apartment I currently live at is like you're only allowed to put like 3 nails in a wall, and if you put any more, we'll fine you. And I've already put up a bulletin board, and I was like, oh, I've basically hit my quota at this point. So prints are kind of out of the question. Oh, and they don't let us like stick anything on the ball with like tape or any of like that 3M pull away stuff. They're just like, all of that's not allowed. And I was like, that's okay. Our rent's pretty good. I don't want to like hike up my rent by just like damaging the wall. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Sorry. So I've been straying away from buying prints, even though there's so much that I want. And then me and my friend, there are so many mirrors in the Fairmont building, which is where like all the panels happen, that every time we saw a mirror, we would either just take regular mirror selfies or try and take really dumb jumping selfies. There are so many bad ones, but also so many good ones. And then I just wanted to share this photo of Wakanda Forever Naruto. Anyways, yes. And then I think I only have one more, right? Oh yeah, so there was a bunch of Smash tournaments going on. A lot of it was also open play, like once it got to like the middle of the night. And then there's this building in downtown San Jose called the Children's Discovery Museum. It's just like this purple building, and I wore a purple hat like in that exact color. And then my friend bought me a duck, so I was able to cosplay as this building, this San Jose landmark. You have to like, it's like right as you enter like one side of downtown. It's like a really hard building to miss, even though that photo is just the corner. Yeah, so I wore a duck like every single day of Fanime, except the last day. We were walking to the car, and all of a sudden, I like look, and my duck is gone. And we like circled around my like little cul-de-sac at home to see if like I dropped it on the floor, or if it fell off, or it broke, and I haven't found it since. So the duck is gone. Yeah, so that was a one-time cosplay for me. I will never get to be a duck ever again. And those are all the photos I have from I have a few more, but these are all the ones I just wanted to share. So hopefully you guys got a little glimpse of Fanime. What else? So the panel was on Sunday, and we ended up giving away prizes to people who did Q&A. One of the prizes was a Rico ticket, and a Rico ticket is basically a rainbow ticket. But it is a rainbow. Once you own it, it is yours. It is a soul-bound ticket, and you officially become, quote, a member of the Finger Painting Club from MPC Rico. So that was probably the most exciting thing we gave away. Other than that, we had some, like, 9 or 10 packs of rigs. We gave away gacha tokens and perfect parcels and stuff like that. So thank you to everyone who came out and asked questions, because that definitely always makes panel more exciting. I think there's actually a thread in the Gaia community discussion where someone took photos and shared the slides from convention from Fanime itself. But if you, for whatever reason, miss it or wanted to go to Fanime but couldn't, I know we're definitely doing, oh my god, what did we say? We're doing San Diego Comic-Con and Anime Expo. I guess that sounds about right. That sounds like what we're doing. Yes, it was Mero who shared it. I clicked on the wrong thread. So if you wanted to see more pictures from the convention or more pictures of staff members at the convention, it's all in that thread in the Gaia community discussion forum. Why can't I find it?
Expo.
Yep. Hype. All hype. So, and I think in the thread too, there are notes / questions from the Q&A and some of the like very brief answers.
It will be July 5th to 8th, which means...
It's usually July 4th weekend.
Which means I can't make it.
Why not?
Because my cousin's wedding.
Oh, that's right. It's that weekend. Well, what about Comic-Con?
When is Comic-Con?
I don't know. Look it up. San Diego Comic-Con. Okay, so Anime Expo is, what did we say? The 5th to the 8th of July. And Comic-Con, wait, that doesn't make sense. The Comic-Con website looks empty. 2018 is Thursday, July 19th to Sunday, July 22nd.
Potentially.
You can potentially go. We don't have, or I personally do not have any more information about those two cons, but once our panelists or whoever's going to con this year has information, they'll be sure to post it and tell all of you guys. So hopefully if you are in SoCal for that, you will be able to go and you will be able to see Gaia and see all these slides for yourself. And probably by the time you go, we'll have a different assortment of new recolors and new silhouettes to show you, because I guess it wouldn't make sense to show all the same ones because they're all they would have already been released, I believe, by the time these roll around, because that's like in a whole month or so, right? Yeah, it'd have to be new silhouettes. So hopefully if you go, you'll see even more new item previews and ask fun questions and win a very special ticket for yourself. Mm-hmm. But Fanime was definitely a lot of fun. I spent a lot of money on boba and things to buy and a lot of pins and stickers. Mm-hmm. Yes, dogs. More Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I love how they're so excited about the summer event, but they don't know anything about the summer.
Yeah. It's really funny because there's a lot that's still to be done for the summer event. It's definitely going to be...
Our concept is done. We just have to make it.
That's right. The concept is done, but we definitely still have... There's a lot of production and dev work that still needs to be in it.
Yeah.
We're excited about it. It is something we... Although, yes, if you look at it, there's talk about new mini games, but the main focus for the summer event is going to be something like brand new that we as Gaians have not seen on the site before. So we're excited, and hopefully it works really well because we hope to utilize it more in the future for the feature that we are trying to implement for the summer. Yeah, we still have a while to go for summer. Event, because that won't even be until
late
summer.
And I think if you're SCAS testers, we are trying to get something ready to test for that.
Yeah, so I think part of it was also during the panel we had like two basically public service announcements. One is if you're interested in moderating, they are accepting new moderators for the forums. So if you are interested, you can go check out the mod app frequently asked questions found inside questions and assistance forum. And then the other thing that we were more so advertising is SCAS applications are open. So they are accepting new members for a SCAS beta testing guild. And so if you're interested, you would send an email to apply for beta at GaiaOnline.com, and that 4 is the number. And then the only thing about it is you do have to be over 18 or older to sign up, because you will need to sign a legal NDA if you end up becoming part of SCAS. Does anyone in this chat know what SCAS stands for? Do you know what SCAS stands for?
Yeah, actually I do now, because Pepper T told me in a meeting once that it actually said it stands for super cool and secret.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of disappointed when I found out.
You thought it was like something super official and you kind of just accepted it as is. Yep, super cool. No, how is SCAS super cool and awesome? That's SCAA. It's super cool and secret. Yeah, come on. I've always wanted to sign up for SCAS too, but I guess being on staff, you gotta kind of be on SCAS permanently because you always gotta test something.
Are you in our SCAS guild?
No, but I don't need to be in the SCAS guild.
To test it.
Mm-hmm. Because obviously I see all. Yep.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I just saw the chat.
No.
Oh, poor Arlie. Arlie is getting home safely, I hope, and it sounds like she landed. And I'm not sure if she's home yet, but hopefully she gets home safe, and you will see her all on Thursday. And she will talk about her Fanime experience and maybe an upcoming feature that we might have on Popcast. I think we've mentioned it before, but we definitely want to expand on Popcast in the future because there's definitely a lot we can do with this channel beyond just the live streams. We want to definitely bring on more artists. We're hopefully having to have them talk about like their own process and things like that, or even like, you know, you just watch them do like a speed draw or something during the entire thing and they talk over it and like mini interviews. So you want to play games with you guys. We're trying to do more things involving pizza and like having you guys with the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just realized your avatar has your new speech bubble.
yes, so we got them granted today. So as Christina has pointed out, my avatar that is shown on screen has a very brand new speech bubble that is coming out tomorrow, and it says Spicy Classic. I don't know if you guys were around during the original like Pop Square and Popcast. We had a different chat provider on the Gaia side, and if you chatted in it, it had a very strong word filter that when we typed in the word spicy or typed in the word classic or class, some people couldn't spell their names. There were just so many words that were filtered out. And me and I noticed you decided to do this bubble, but there was just like a lot of stuff happening in the background for production. So obviously this new exclamation rig that is coming out tomorrow was a little bit delayed, but it is here for all of us, and we'll be seeing a bunch of new exclamation thought bubble or talk bubbles coming out tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And mine will be in that. So if you remember how funny it was way back when the first few Pop Squares streams happened, it's just like a good homage to that. So I have quite a few. So I'm excited to wear this on all of my avatars, really. Spicy Classic. Yeah, that was way, way, way back when.
I love it.
I do too. Sometimes I kind of wish we could implement like a really heavy chat filter again. Just because like there was like nothing wrong with what people were saying. Like all of you guys are pretty well mouthed. It was just so funny to see that like the system thinks that everyone is saying really bad words, but it's really just like really normal words.
Oh wow, we need to pop in our Pop Square bubble.
That would be cute. I will think about that idea and possibly pass it on in the future. Yeah. So we do what? Oh. We do need one?
We do need one?
Oh, we do. Sorry, my chat is significantly slower than your chat. I guess it makes sense that there is a little bit of delay between yours and mine. I mean, you can set your settings and you can set to have a super strong filter. That's true. I think the filter is so funny. I actually also have the word filtering on Gaia, like itself. So, well, but it will actually filter out bad words. And then I actually also have a third-party extension I just downloaded into Chrome that lets me choose what is an extra bad word or things that I like want to block out basically on the entirety of my web surfing experience. So I could block out like literally anything and pretend it's a bad word. Nice. I think the first thing I was testing it on was like bad word dev. Exactly. And that's exactly what would happen. You just plug it in and it will just make little asterisks in between the beginning or in between the first and the last letter. So I think when I was testing it out, I was testing it out on, I think like the first word that came to mind was like swampberry, because I was like, I don't know, I was helping, like I was correcting an item or something, or maybe I was dressing my avatar, and I never changed it back. So on Gaia, when I run, like read through things and see what people post, it constantly tells me that swampberry is a bad word. So it's just really funny, because like all of a sudden it's just like they're talking about something and they're using a word to describe it, and it looks like they're saying something really bad about the item, but in reality they're just talking about a color. I will never understand how that comic became a meme. Okay. Oh, wow. Time has flown by, and it is already 5:30 over here at 5:30 Pacific time. So that is the end of today's stream. Thank you all for joining and looking at all my photos from Popcast, or from Fanime. Next podcast, we'll have Arlie. We'll have more to talk about, and we will be discussing probably the future of the Pop Square logo soon, because me and Arlie have had a little bit more time to talk about it, and hopefully we'll get things done through production shortly. But thank you everyone for coming to today's podcast. We will see you all on Thursday. Maybe Narwhal. We'll talk about it. Okay, bye everybody.